Okay, good morning from Jamaica and welcome everyone. Please give me a thumb up if you're able to hear me. Yes, I got one thumb up. Thank you so much and happy Mother's Day to everybody who is present here, whether you're a biological mother, an acting mother, an auntie, a godmother, a friend, a cousin. If you've ever played that nurturing role, we want to thank you for who it is that you are. Thank you for continuing to do what you do despite it being absolute chaos. Sometimes we thank you for being absolutely you. And, it's just wonderful to know that we have women in, this time. We are needed a lot more than, I believe in my mind with, all the men trying to go to war and taking everybody with them, trying to burn everything down. I think if there's any other time that we needed women, particularly mothers and the motherly, the time is right now. So I want to thank you so much for being here. This is a space where, I want you to feel nurtured. I want you to feel that within these 2 times 45-minute sessions. So we're starting with the dancing, sensual dancing, and then we're going into the live chat with my guests. That you feel great, that you take this time for yourself, okay? That you feel that you're being poured into. And on that note, everybody, my name is Chris, aka Christina Gonzalez. Yes, I am from Jamaica. I am born and grown in Jamaica, and I am a physiotherapist. I am a personal trainer and also a dancer. So I curate personalized, customized programs for women who are looking to get in shape, not just get in shape just so, but also the recovery, the rehab, building your muscles from the ground up. Some of you may have been joining from my Instagram, my YouTube, or my Facebook, so you understand that what I do is I not just give you the fitness or the dancing, but I have to show you why maybe you may be a little bit off in a particular area. It could be your hips, your knees, your entire body for some of us that needs a little bit of a TLC before you get into rigorous intense training programs. And so this, what I'm showing you today, is a little piece of what we do, for example, in our stretch classes on Saturday mornings, and with a little bit more of a sensual vibe, particularly for this Mother's Day. All right, and what I want to do here before we get started is just a little bit of a housekeeping. When you enter the chat, please mute your mics. If you look down on your screen, if you look at the bottom portion, you'll see a little microphone. For most persons here, you'll see it in red and there's a cross through it. That means that there's no sound coming from your mic. The moment you see that microphone turn to white, and if you're on a phone as well, you'll see it down the bottom. Typically, I am using an iPhone, but typically at the bottom of the Open app, Zoom app, you'll see a microphone, then the camera. It's the same thing on the computer as well, the microphone and the camera. Then you will see participants. If you tap on participants, you'll see the list of persons who are in the room. For the most part, everybody's camera is closed. I'm going to ask you, invite you to open your cameras whenever you feel comfortable. We always want to know who is on the other side. In a dance class, even though it is virtual, we like to be able to be sociable, right? And I can tell you this, nothing crazy has ever happened in any of my dance classes. We do vet persons when they come in, and as the moment that it seems like, okay, this person's a little bit off, we remove them right away. And on that note as well, the video that you see on screen is mine. It is spotlighted, and so don't worry, your video will not be shared. It will not be recorded. So even if you see recording in progress, nobody's going to see your video at all. Zoom does not record the video that is not spotlighted. In order to remove or to open your camera, you just tap on the little camera button, right? So once you see the red slash through, it means that it's off. Once you see it open, it is open. One other thing I wanted to share too is that if you hover over your name and go to the 3 dots to the right, you should see an area that says rename myself. So that is on you, right? So if you go on your name, tap the three dots, and you want to rename yourself, you can do that. I'm going to go into a little bit more of that a little bit later when we're going to be doing the discussion portion, particularly as it relates to, I want to talk, I want to get involved with this, right? But for now as well, if you want, for example, your name to be changed, you can go ahead and do that, right? All right, so That was a mouthful, right? But we're ready. So as I mentioned before, we're going to be doing a sensual dance today, and it's focused on feminine energy. Now, what is feminine energy? It is culturally defined, but what I'm going to say to you that today it is a vibration, it's an energy, it's a frequency that is typically characterized by softness, sensuality, intuition, and presence that is grounded in power. Right? Now, there are two different types of sensual energy, or two different types of feminine energy, rather. There is the dark, and the dark feminine energy is typically related to words such as passionate. She's mysterious. She's unapologetic. She is bold. She is seductive. And so a typical visual that I want to share for you, somebody else may come in mind depending on the cultural environment that you're in, is perhaps Beyonce in the Partition video. So remember the Beyonce in the Partition video where she was in this Victorian looking outfit and everything was just kind of silent and just very unapologetic, and then there were portions where it was dark around and she was wearing her little thongs and all. That's the dark, unapologetic type energy, right? And I'm sure there are other characters that come into your mind when you say that. If you want to type a character in mind in the chat, you can go ahead and do so. Then we also have light feminine energy. Now, light feminine energy is typically related to nurturing, affectionate. She's forgiving, she's emotional. So it's a little bit more familiar to what we probably have been traditionally grown up to feel in terms of just what the female is supposed to be like, in terms of she needs to be emotional, soft, gentle, nurturing. And so there are two different feminine energies, and as women, we are allowed to permit ourselves to tap into whichever one feels comfortable, whichever one feels real or authentic to ourselves. And that does not mean that for an entire year, we're only going to tap into dark feminine energy or light feminine energy. It's really up to you and the way that you're feeling or presenting or showing up in the world. And today, I'm going to invite you to choose whichever one of those energies that resonated with you. Now, for the chronic overthinkers, like myself, typically, if we sit here and I read through all of those, I said dark feminine and I explained the words, I went through light feminine, the one that jumped out at you first, not second, not, but maybe I think it should, no. The one that hopped out first at you, that's the one that we're going to hold on to. So if it's the dark feminine, I want you to hold on to that for your visualization. If it is the light feminine, I want you to hold on to she for your visualization. And now I invite you to sit wherever you are. Legs can be crossed, legs can be extended. You can have a back support. Wherever it is, I just want you to feel absolutely comfortable. I want the hands to be placed in receiving mode. Call this receiving mode. I feel nice and comfortable this way, and so this is what I will hold on to. And I want you to either close your eyes or keep them open, whichever one feels most comfortable. And I want you to focus on what is known as the third eye, which is just that area just between the eyebrows, right here. And if the eyes are closed, you can still just focus on that area. If the eyes are opened, consider focusing on one point in the room. Point that's preferably not moving, it's not dynamic, it's static. And then I want you to bring your awareness to the breath entering the nose and the breath leaving through the mouth or through the nose. Just focus on the way that you feel. And then what I want you to imagine is that the breath that's entering the body are different chemical elements that make up that energy, that divine feminine energy that you have selected to embody today. So as you breathe in, I want you to feel the sensations of what you imagine it would feel like to embody this dark feminine or this light feminine. And as you exhale, I want you to envision the old you or the you from yesterday or a couple minutes ago. Imagine that you just kind of leaving the body. And again, breathing in, inhaling that dark or that light feminine, that divine feminine energy. And exhale that self-doubt. Exhale the heaviness. And continue just breathing in and breathing out. Sitting silently, embodying, transforming. For some of us, we may feel a little tingle. Some of us might start to feel colors. Bring awareness to that. And if any thoughts come into the mind, think of it as these thoughts are meant to help me to become this divine feminine today. So allow the thoughts to flood your mind. Allow the sensations to ripple through your body like waves crashing. Listen to the body. If you need to adjust, adjust. As you embody this new feminine energy, this shiny new you. Good, and I want you to start moving the arms. If the eyes are closed, you can slowly flutter the eyes open. Shoulders rolling back, moving the rib cage. If the legs are folded, you can extend the legs. You can give it a little bit of a shake. Twiddle the toes. And remember this divine feminine energy. Whomever you selected, we're going to use her throughout. You've become her for the next few minutes. We're going to embody and enjoy what this different you feels like. And so I invite you to lie on your back for me, wherever you are. Hands are still in receiving mode. Think about this as little bits and pieces to the puzzle of becoming that divine. Adjust the hips if you need to. Press the lower back into the floor. Relax the shoulders, the jawline, the eyes. Give yourself a little smile, a little chuckle. Breathe in. And breathe out. And here, ladies, I'm going to start to move my pelvis. My pelvis is this area right down here. Right here. I'm going to inhale, release my back from the floor. Gently, no forcing. And then I'm going to exhale and tuck my pelvis or my tailbone under. So the hips do not leave the floor. So again, we're going to inhale, release the tailbone or release the lower back from the floor. And exhale, tucking the tailbone under. And again, inhale, release the tailbone. Back, release the lower back. And tuck the tailbone on. Excuse me. Good. And now I'm going to give you a little bit of a sweetness. I want you to activate your pelvic floor muscles. Now, there's no need to do a dramatic tighten, right? In Jamaica, we refer to the pelvic floor as your punani muscles. In the healthcare setting, we say the Kegel muscles. The pelvic floor is a very important part of the core. It works with the abdominal muscles. It works with the trunk muscles as well. As you breathe in, the pelvic floor naturally goes down. As you breathe out, breathe in, it goes down. As you breathe out, it draws up like a hammock. It's a very subtle movement, and so you don't have to overthink. You don't have to go, right? We don't need that, right? It's not necessary. So what I'm going to invite you to do as you breathe in, you're going to release the tailbone here. Nice and easy. As you breathe out, you're going to tuck the tailbone under, but we're also imagining that we're drawing our punani muscles up like an imaginary hammock, gently, not tightly, not squeezing, not aggravating yourself. And we repeat it again. Inhale, release the lower back, pelvic floor goes down, an imaginary hammock. And breathe out, tuck the tailbone under, draw that imaginary hammock up. We're going to do this 2 more times, ladies. And inhale, releasing pelvic floor, loosen, releasing, and tuck the tailbone under, drawing that imaginary hammock up, gently tightening the punani muscles, gently operative turn, and release. Good. Shift the hips around if you need to. The next thing that we're going to do, ladies, is a full rotation. But look, when I do the full rotation, I'm not lifting my hips off. It's just a subtle movement. It's just me, my hips, my pelvic floor, and my breath. It's not obvious, but I am rotating my hips. In the Caribbean, we call this a whine, and that's a W-I, not a W-H. A whining around the hips, yes. And at different points, ladies, I want you to feel where is most natural for you to lift the pelvic floor, or to, in Jamaica, we say tighten the punani muscles. So for example, I rotate, and as I curve the tailbone under, I'm doing a gentle tighten here and around, releasing. So we're going through 4 rotations to the right, 4 rotations to the left. At different points that you feel comfortable with, you're going to be lifting an imaginary hammock, aka tightening the punani muscles gently and releasing. So it's going to be doing that, right? In Jamaica, that's all lingo. We say quint it, but gently, like a flower. Yes? Here we go, ladies. 3, 2, and 1. Start any way you want to. We're going 4 to the right. I'm on my second rotation to the right. I'm still breathing. I'm not holding my breath. I'm on my third rotation. And now I'm on my 4th rotation. And I center the hips as I prepare to go to the left side. Same thing, same exercise. You may need to adjust the spine as you get more comfortable, as the hips, given the permission, free up a little teeny bit. We're going to go to the opposite side. For me, that's my left. And I start now. Full rotation. Blooming and growing with every rotation. I'm on my second rotation. Still breathing, inhaling, softening your movements. Relaxing the jawline, relaxing the arms, relaxing the chest muscles, the belly button. I'm on my fourth rotation. Good, and then right here, I just want you to shimmy the hips. Once you've completed all rotations, we're gonna wait a little bit for everybody to finish. Just focus on your breath. Bring awareness to your body. Maybe you feel good twisting from side to side, the legs. Bring awareness to anywhere that feels tension and breathe in to that area. Imagine the breath will release that tension. And from here, we are going to lie on the side. Gently, there's no rush. If it feels good to lie down with the arm supported here, go ahead and do so. Or if you want to put the head up like that, go ahead and do so. We're going to familiarize our fingertips with the touch of our skins this morning. I don't know if anybody put on lotion. So we're going to gently caress the body, fingertips in contact with the legs, the outer thighs. Just shape the body, the curves, the folds. And down again. You can adjust the hand to wherever feels great, to the front, to the side, to the back. Just ensure all portions of you that you have access to gets a little bit of a reassuring caress. And when you are ready, you can shift to the opposite side and you repeat the same thing. Hand either propped up on the elbow. If you can't balance both feet stacked, one leg can be forward, whatever feels great. Yes. The hair, the face, the belly, the thighs, the boom boom. Nice. And once you feel that you are satisfied with all of your caress, everybody got a little piece of the goodness, every dermatome touched. As far as you can access, we're going to be up on all fours. And right here, we're just going to do a few cat-cows just to warm up the spine. So down and tuck the tailbone under. And down again. You can look up to the ceiling or the skies if you're outside. And down again. Pulling the belly button in, making like an angry cat. Sexy angry cat. And releasing, looking up to the ceiling. Searching for a woman in the world that is better than you. Niceness. From here, I want you to push the hips back, but not just pushing back, ladies. I want you to gently look back at it. Look back at it. Appreciate you, every curve, every fold, every rib, every bone that might be sticking out. Appreciate, love it, because this is who you are today. There are people who woke up this morning without the ability to do any of this, but you did. So appreciate and love what you have. And we're going to ripple the spine gently up, loving, appreciating every single bit of you. Thank you. And I just want you to rotate, wriggle your body. Wriggle your body like a cat. I don't know if we have any cat people here, but if you've ever seen a cat basking in just some random dry soil, I have a lot of cats in my neighborhood. It's the weirdest thing. So I observe cats a lot. So a cat, when they like to be dry, right? Dry, and they like when their fur is nice and fluffed. And so they will just go into the sun wherever there is a spot that is lit, and they will just wriggle. Not like this, yes, but they'll have their bodies on the floor and they'll just frolic in that sun. And cats are just, they believe that they're better than just everybody, right? So I want you to feel like a cat basking in the sun. You are the greatest thing since, I don't want to say sliced bread, but you're the best thing. Good. And from here, ladies, I want you to slowly start to stand. Somebody says cats are ungrateful. You know what? We're not going to get into the cat. We're not going to get into that. But I want you to come to standing, ladies. We're going to go into some whining now. And I'm going to position my computer a little bit higher so I can adjust my music for y'all. So when you are ready, I want you to come to standing. Join me in standing. I'm going to change the music up a little bit. If a few of you may have received the email that said we're going to be leaving here with a little teeny bit of a routine, no need to get intimidated, no need to feel like, oh my God, I can't do this. Don't worry. It's not going to be the typical, this is 8 counts, this is 10 counts, you have to do this. No, babies, I'm just going to give you some movements that you can feel free to do one after the other. So if you're out and about and you want to relay back to something of the sort, then you can. So one of my favorite new songs for the season is Vibes Cartel and Shensia's Panic. And I'm going to slowly bring this one down. I know everybody's taking their time to get off of the floor. And babies, if you feel like you want to stay on the floor throughout the entire class, by all means. By all means. While we go through these movements as well, what I want you to think about is the divine feminine that you chose to tap into earlier today. So, was she the dark? Was she the light? And all the elements that you breathed in, inhaling and exhaling, in order to transform into this beauty. Yeah. All right. So here we go to the show. While you stand, I just want you to find a comfortable spot. If you need to move your mat away, if you need to declutter the space anymore.
And inside when I saw you at the party and I had to say hi.
Skin bright, I mean your type. I want sun shine, yeah, the hottest thing.
Are you hearing my voice over the music?
I feel the boss. Love you from the start. No, I broke your heart. Wine bubble bath, tell you pretty and you.
All right, nice, perfect. So we are going to do a few whining exercises here. I'm going to teach you a few Jamaican whining movements. Some of you may already know these. Some of you it may be absolutely new for you, but let's see how much we can do. I'm going to give you a body roll. I'm going to give you a go-go whine, which is like from the 90s. Body roll is like always relevant. And then I'm going to give you a whining going down low to the ground. And now what I want you to think about when you're doing each of these things is bring awareness to how you're feeling, jot it down in notes, right? And then this is what you're going to take to me when you're going to be booking your consultation. So we will be able to help you to get over that, because ageism is a big thing in society, ageism is discrimination against people who are get old, right? So do not be a part of the movement, the ageism, right? Where you discriminate against your own self. As you get older, that does not mean that your knees will likely, okay, they are definitely going to fail. It just means that you need to start doing more work in order to keep them in shape, to maintain them, right? I'm 38 years of age and I'm still doing the two, okay? And a lot of this has to do with cross training and understanding and knowing your body, bringing awareness to what are the weaknesses and not just saying, oh, when I come down, I'm feeling my knee pop, and so I should never do this again. When you have educated persons helping you, you realize that sometimes a few adjustments, a few different exercises can be tweaked so that you can be your best self and still feel sexy. Yeah, babies? So come on, do not be an ageist. Thank you. And if you're young and you have them problem, yeah, my 20 odd year olds and me, we need to talk separate, you know? But we can help you all. So here we go, ladies, side to side. There we go.
And inside, and I saw you at the party, and I had to say hi.
Skin bright, and me and your tie. I run sun and shine, yeah, the hottest thing we're outside.
You are the cutest, I feel the boss. Love you from the start, no, I broke your heart. Wine bubble bath, cause you're pretty and you're smart. Anyway, you roll up, this a vibe start when you're
up neat like a red sea, I get caught. Stop it and take it anywhere the car park. You are the general, you never fast talk. Bravo, see what push them, your man a push a hand cat.
bounce with it, bounce with the gal. Move with it, move with the gal. Wine pan it, gal. Take time pan it, gal.
So you remember when we're on the floor, ladies, and we're doing the quintet exercise where we're pulling up the pelvic muscles. In Jamaica, we say tighten the punani muscles, but Jamaica tends to be a very aggressive culture. So words like tighten to the rest of the world sounds like that's not what we want to do. It's just a nice, gentle, bring it up slowly, right? So you're whining. I want you to be blossoming, and closing. Blossoming and closing, yeah? So here we go, we're gonna do that basic whine again. We're gonna introduce our little bit of a punani tightening. Punani wants to pull up. Punani wants to pull up, I like that. We've added to my gym workout. So, you're gonna also add your fingertips on your legs. Remember, we're doing this on the floor just now, so it's familiar to you babies, right? And we're just gonna be going around here. What I invite you to do as well, before you even start to look at me, do it yourself. You know, some people when they go on social media and them looking at the comment section before them actually formulate their own answer, but I don't want you to do that. Close your eyes. I'm going to count to 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to all start together. Yes? And then after you found yourself, you open your eyes and look and see what everybody else is doing. All right? But always love you first, choose you first, and be confident in you. Yes? And this comes with practice. Yeah. We're not born in love with self. We have to learn how to love with self. Yeah. Here we go.
And inside, and I saw you at the party, and I had to say hi.
Skin bright, and me and your tie. I run sun and shine, yeah, the hottest thing we're outside.
4.
You are the cutest, I feel the boss. Love you from the start, no, I broke your heart. Wine bubble bath, cause you're pretty and you're smart. Anyway, you roll up, this a vibe start when you're
neat like a red sea, I get caught. Stop it and take it anywhere the car park. You are the general, you never fast talk. Bravo, see what push them, your man a push a hand cat.
I like it. Go on. Now you can open your eyes if you haven't yet.
Move with the gal. Wine pan it, gal. Take time pan it, gal.
Go on. So we've done our basic whine, yes? We've done our basic whine. And we're proud of our basic whine. We're not that we're going to continue practicing, yeah? But I want you to be proud of the feeling that you have right now. We're going to go into, as promised, a body roll. Your body roll starts in here. What I love about the body roll is that you get the chance to start here. It's not, right? You're starting here, and you're going just like what we did on the floor when we're doing this. Remember? You're going to go in and release it back. So it's in, release back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Think about it as a whipped cream or, I don't know, peanut butter or butter. Think about you have a slice of bread and you're buttering it. That's what you do. So it's hair. I want you to draw your shoulders back, open your chest. Yes, babies. When you open your chest, it doesn't only accentuate your body, your shape, but it also gives you that boldness of a Jamaican. Okay? So, you're in a Jamaican's class. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. We go. 1. Back. 1. Back. 1. Just the pelvis. Just here. Again. Keep going. Come on, babies. Let me see you. That's it. And again. Go.
Bounce with it.
Yes.
Bounce with the gal.
Just here.
With it. Move with the gal. Wine pan it. Wine pan it, gal. Take time pan it, gal.
Going to the other way. Shift the other direction now. Other direction. Now here what we're going to do now, ladies. Are you listening? Give me a thumbs up if you're listening. Anybody hearing me? Is anybody on this live with me today? Okay. So now what we're going to do, babies, we're going to do hair, right? And say, I know I said we're not going to do no structured count, but say just for argument's sake, today we're going to about, call it with an 8, right? The hands are caressing anywhere you want it to go. It's your body. And then we're going to go here, pelvis here, pelvis here, then pelvis here. And we'll probably do about 4 counts here, nice and slow. 4 counts, and then we'll go to the other side. And what I want you to do is just kind of relax the arms. Don't overthink your body. We have 2 arms, most of us. I don't know how much of we have 3 arms, but most of us have 2 arms, right? Most of us have 2 legs. Most of us, right? So when we're doing these things, if, for example, you tell your body, your brain sends, the CNS sends this information to the rest of the body, the periphery. It says, listen, I want you to move this way. There's no way this hand is going to do something where it emerges from the back of your spine. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who is here with me tonight. There's some strange things happening in the world, right? So if you tell your hand to go up, usually the hand just goes up. And then after a while, what happens is the awkwardness that you feel, yes, it will look awkward, but after a while, when you start to do these things, it becomes comfortable, it becomes natural over time. Nobody is born learning how to dance. Nobody's born knowing how to dance. Nobody is born knowing how to be sensual. We learn these things over time. At different points in your life, you can learn new things. There is a neuroplasticity. Your brain can be taught new things. It's just a society teaches that, oh, baby, you can't learn this thing, so you better just focus on what it is that you know. No, babies, that's a lie. It's a lie that we've been fed by people who maybe want to keep you in a box. So when you come into a dance class, appreciate that it's going to feel awkward at first, but then after a while, your body gets used to it and just start saying, oh, baby, I enjoy this. I like what my pelvis is doing. I sit down all day and my hips are so stiff. Jesus, my pelvis can move like this. Oh, yes, right? It takes time. So here we go again, babies. Let's go from the top. We're going to finish up in about 5 minutes, after which we're going to get a 15-minute break, and then we're going to get into our juicy conversation with Angel and Asha. Here we go, babies.
Got you outside and inside, and I saw you at the party and I had to say hi.
Skin bright, bright, and me are your type. All on sun shine, yeah, the hottest thing we're outside.
You are the cutest, I feel be the boss. Love you from the start, no, I broke your heart. Wine bubble bath, cause you're pretty and you're smart. Anyway you roll up, this how I start when you
up neat like a Red Sea, I get parked. Stop it and take it anywhere the car park. You are the general, you never fast start. Bravo, see what push them, your man a push a hand cat.
bounce with it, girl. Move with it, move with the girl. Wine pan it, girl. Take time pan it, girl.
Okay, my baby. So for the most part, most of us human beings were able to catch that for the most part. Yes. The next thing that we're gonna do, I said we're going to body roll. I said we're gonna do we did the basic wine, and then we're gonna do the go-go wine overhead. But you know what I feel like? I'm feeling like we should do a little bit of hip tick. Since we do this gracefulness, this nice sweetness, more India with a bang today. So here's what you're gonna do, right? When you're listening, everybody hear me? I can turn this way, I can turn this way, or I can turn this way to demonstrate. Essentially, we're gonna do three of them, right? You're going to do hip and come up. Hip and come up. Now, a very magical thing happens when you bend your knee. The hip drops, right? And if you have a hip, a functional hip, and a knee, it's gonna drop too, yeah? The degree of range of motion in your hip determines how far down it will drop as opposed to the other one, as opposed to another person who may be more flexible, right? But typically, once it drop a hip, because the bow on the chain is here, the other one is gonna stay up, one is going to be lower, right? And the same thing you go so. And the same thing you go so. So. If I turn my back, we're doing a hip tick. We're going boom, 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 boom. You see what's happening here? Is this movement familiar to anybody here who has seen Caribbean dance? Anybody at all? No? Yes. 2, 3, yes. So, what we're going to do now, ladies, because Caribbean dance is coming from Afro dance, we're going to put our hands here because we like to be grounded in Afro dance. We like to be grounded, and sometimes we like to make it extra sexy, right? So what we're going to do is really bring emphasis to the hips. So we're going to go drop, 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 drop. So back, 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 back becomes hands on the knees, framing nice and firm, drop, 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 drop. Can I teach you something here tonight, this morning, this afternoon, wherever you're in the world? Can I teach you something? As a hip tick. So we're going to go again from the top. We're going to whine. We're going to body roll. And then we're going to turn our backs wherever we are, or we can turn to the side, and we're doing our hip tick. And the hip tick is not just going to be this, oh, murder. Oh, Jesus. Am I really doing this? I don't know, you know. And then you start to do this thing like you're saying, Mary had a little lamb in a basic school. Hi, ladies. Come. No, miss. Divine feminine energy. Woman in you. Be as scandalous as you want. In Chris's class, if I look at you and say, you're doing it a little bit too much, I can confidently tell you that anybody, like, since I've been teaching classes, I've never had to tell somebody, you're doing too much. It's never enough in this class. Happy Mother's Day. Your auntie is on mommy duties. Could you please go back around? So, pop, 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 pop. So we're going to go from the top, and we're not going to overthink it. 1 single minute. Here we go, babies.
Got him outside and inside, and I saw you at the party and I had to say hi.
Breathe.
Skin bright, and me are your type. All on sun shine, yeah, the hottest thing we're outside.
You are the cutest, I feel be the boss. Love you from the start, no, I broke your heart. Wine bubble bath, cause you're pretty and you're smart. Anyway you roll up, this how I start when you're
body roll. Like a Red Sea, I get parked. Stop it and take it anywhere the car park. You are the general, you never fast start. Bravo, see what push them, your man a push a hand cat.
Bounce with it, girl. Move with it, girl. Wine pan it, girl. Take time pan it, girl.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. 3 movements. 3 movements. 3, and never 2. All right, here we go.
Gal,
One more
outside
time.
and inside, and I saw you
One more
at the
time.
party, and I had to say hi.
Skin bright, and me are your type. I want sun shine, yeah, the hottest thing we're outside.
You are the cutest, I feel be the boss. Love you from the start, no, I broke your heart. Wine bubble bath, cause you're pretty and you're smart. Anyway, you roll up, this a vibe start when you
Open it like a Red Sea, I get caught. Stop it and take it anywhere the car park. You are the general, you never fast start. Bravo, see what push them, your man a push a hand cat.
bounce with it, girl.
Hey,
Move with it, girl. Wine pan it, girl. Tick tock, take time pan it, girl.
yes. All right. So there's always a time when the teacher needs to look at the students, right? So now I'm not going to dance. We're going to dance for me, right? Remember when I said that we don't need to think about the music or the count or anything like that? I just want you to perform those 3 movements to the best of your ability. I won't be spotlighting anybody, so you don't have to take off. You don't have to turn off your camera. No, like this is coming in. Just do your thing. There's no such thing as wrong or right or almost that. No, baby. So here we go from the top. No long talking, no long thinking. Let's get it.
Got you outside and inside, and I saw you at the party, and I had to say hi.
There we go.
And me are your type. I want sun shine, yeah, the hottest thing we're outside.
Let's go. Hey, 1, 2. Yes, baby.
No, I broke your heart.
Yes, Stephanie.
You're pretty and you're smart.
Thank you. Let's go, Tijuana.
Like a Red Sea, I get caught.
That's it. Show them. Show them. Come on, please. Let's get it. Hey. That's it. Let's go, Angel. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Yes. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's good. Yes. All right, ladies. Excellent work. Excellent work. All right. So at this point, ladies, as I promised earlier, we're going to go to a quick break. We're just going to do a 10-minute break. I'm going to log off. I'm going to get my host in, and then we're going to log back on. So take a quick moment. If you need to go and take a shower, you want to get into a more comfortable spot, get your coffee, whatever it takes. In 10 minutes, we'll be back online. All right, my babies? So see you in just a minute. Use the same link to join. All right?